He's going to be okay. Looks like he might have to have an operation. So we'll send her some good energy. And I guess I should tell the story. Although all we have is a yellow circle. She didn't tell me what the story was. But maybe, should we check and see if there's something in our box that could help us tell the story? Yeah, why not? When in doubt, open the box, right? Oh. I know there's more in here. I mean, I didn't know that before, but I didn't plan this part out very well. Well, I know, right? There's a green flower. An orange heart. Does any of this look familiar to anybody? What is it?
Our expectations.
It's the symbols of our expectations. Oh my goodness, if I had a gold star, I'd give it to you. Still, yeah? Is this another symbol?
Yes, it's a chalice.
You're right. What's this?
A
A dove. I'm so glad you're on the front row. Oh, bluebell. And a chalice. Oh, I get it. So this is the story of our flaming chalice and our expectations of one another, isn't it? Do you know this story?
Well,
A little? Well, you can let me know if I get it wrong, okay? Here's how I think it goes. This right here, this is the circle of our community. And this is the circle of our Unitarian Universalist committee. It's been a long week with a lot of meetings. This is the circle of our Unitarian Universalist community. And this is the chalice. It's very big, isn't it? It's very big. I wonder what our chalice could hold. What do you think?
Water and a single flame to light the day.
A single flame to light the day and water. What else could it hold? It could hold fire. That chalice is holding fire. What else could it hold? The truth. We're getting deep. Yes, the truth. Some people say that. Some people say that our chalice can hold the spirit of truth, the spirit of love, the spirit of justice.
Hope.
Our chalice can hold hope. Our questions, our great many questions, our chalice can hold. Possibility. Some people say that our chalice can hold the mystery that some people call God. This chalice can hold a lot, huh? Well, we put a flame in our chalice because the flame reminds us of that beauty and that mystery of all these things, the possibility, the hope, the truth, the fire. And these are the people of our Unitarian Universalist community. And they're gathering around the chalice. I wonder how many people could drink out of that chalice. A lot of people, huh? So this person could be in our community, and this person. Starting to get kind of crowded in our community, isn't it? You know, it's not always easy being in community. I don't know if anyone's ever experienced that. But sometimes somebody will like say something or do something that kind of like gets on your nerves or hurts your feelings. And so then we have to figure out how to make it right again. And that can be really hard. And so here in our Unitarian Universalist community, we have expectations of one another, don't we? How many do we have?
We have the bell, the flame, the heart, the gift, and the flower, which makes five. 5 different expectations.
I was thinking that number would go up to 7, but let's let's see what happens. So we have our red expectation, which we call our promise or our principle. And our red promise says that we respect one another. We affirm the inherent worth and dignity of every person, and we represent that with a gift. And our orange principle says that we promise to offer kind and fair treatment to all. And our yellow one says that we promise to yearn to accept and learn about ourselves and others and the mystery. And our green one, our green promise says we promise to grow by exploring what is right in life. So truth, looking for truth. Then blue, we promise to believe in our ideas and act upon them. And the bell reminds us to do that. Indigo, we promise to insist on a peaceful and fair and free world for all. And then violet, which reminds us to value our home and our earth and our relationship with all living things. And so these are the promises that we make in our community, and they connect us to one another and to our larger world and to the mystery. I wonder if any one of these promises is more important than the others. And I wonder if we could take one promise out and still be okay. I wonder if we could take what you think, no? What? No, we can't take the bird out. Oh, yes, you're right. You know all of our stories, don't you? So, I love our promises. I love our 7 promises. But here's the thing. Sometimes they're hard. They're kind of like up here. And so like take our red promise, right? Everyone, we respect everyone. What about when they're not being very nice to me? Not being very nice to you? It's kind of hard to know what I'm supposed to do. What does it mean to respect them in that moment? Does that mean I let them bully me? No, it's hard to know. And so I wonder if there's something in our box that would help me understand better what to do in those kinds of circumstances. Oh, this is very big. I don't know what's in a bag too, which is more things. What are these, you think? Diplomas? They sure look like diplomas. Here, we'll just open a couple up and see what. Oh, is a covenant. We have a covenant for our board of trustees, and we have the choir has a covenant. Y'all are supposed to go to rehearsal every week and listen to Scott. Our children and youth religious exploration group has a covenant. They promise to take turns with one another. They promise to participate in group activities, be respectful with electronics. Keep your running, skipping, and jumping outside. Clean up your messes. Oh, so all of our groups here at the church have their own covenants in addition to those promises. They make other promises. And then what is this? This is a big one. Oh, our congregational covenant. Oh, did you know we have a congregational covenant? Yes. And it's shiny. We affirm that love is our greatest purpose. Wow, that's a big expectation. Accepting one another as the truest form of faithful living, we pledge our hearts and minds and hands to challenge injustice with courage, find hope in times of fear, live out our UU values every day as a beloved community, search for truth. Do you all agree to that?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. So these are our ways that we help each other know how to be in community, know what our expectations are of one another. And you know, there are different kinds of expectations, some that are we write down like that. You know, we write them down so that we'll know and be clear about what they are. And some of them we're not so clear about. I've been thinking about a expectation this morning. I heard that there are donuts in coffee hour today. Yeah, I know. And they're vegan, which is close to my heart. So I'm really excited about these vegan donuts. I've already seen a picture of them, and they look really good. And so one of the expectations I don't know about, and I don't know if it's because it's new or because no one ever says it out loud or writes it down, I don't know how many donuts we're each allowed to have. One? Oh, is that true? But we have all these expectations of one another, right? And some of them we know about. You know, another expectation in my family, I've been noticing there's a lot of Halloween. This is going to be, you're going to know that I have a sweet tooth now. The Halloween candy's out, right? In the stores. And in my family that I grew up in, our candy was our candy. Is that, you know what I mean? Like, if I went out and got the candy, it belongs to me. And so my brothers can't just go and take my candy. They can't even look longingly at my candy because it's my candy, right? And my parents can't take my candy. But my brother has little kids now, and he takes their candy. So his family now has different expectations than we did when I was growing up. So there are different expectations, and maybe they change over time, but our job is to keep our expectations, our promises with one another, and to make it right when we mess up a little bit, when we break our promises. I'm going to reach into our box again. Oh, yeah, okay. I see where this is all going. What do I have? A little baby, I know, not real. That would be fun to reach in the box and find a baby, a real baby. Or a unicorn, that would be fun too. You know, one of my very favorite things to do as a minister is to dedicate our babies, our children. I love that. That ritual we have of of presenting our children in front of our congregation. And we do two things that I think are super important. One, we make promises with them. We promise to take care of them. We promise to be their friend. We promise to help parents because we're a community and no one does anything by themselves in a community. So that's one thing. We make promises with the baby and the family, or the children in the family. And then the other thing we do is we bless them. We bless them. We take some of our holy water and we put it on their head and we say, I bless you, beloved child. You are a miracle of this world. And we remind them of their interdependence. We remind them of our values, to fight for justice, to promote love. And we remind them that they are blessed and loved. And there is no greater thing than that. You know, you want to hold our baby? Yeah. You look like you can take care of her. Okay. Thank you. And I think we have one more thing in this box. Very far down there. Oh, I found the earth. You never know. You just got to keep looking sometimes. That's the lesson. Oh. Water. Yes. This is our holy water. This is our water from past years that I suspect people in this very room have brought to add to our holy water. Each year we celebrate water communion, where we bring water that is from or that represents where we come from as we gather today. It could be water from your garden. It could be water from somebody else's garden. We have so many beautiful other public gardens. It could be that, or it could be from a river or a creek. It could be from a sink, from the ocean, and it could be from really nearby. It could be like from the kitchen over there, or it could be from your house. It could be from a hose. And it could represent time with family or friends. It could represent a fun time, like maybe a vacation, or maybe a challenge, like maybe somebody was in the hospital. And we bring that water here, and we pour it together, and then we purify that water so that we can use it to bless our babies, our children, and to bless one another. And it becomes our holy water. I have a little joke. I was debating whether or not to tell it. How do you make holy water? You boil the hell out of it. I couldn't resist. I was trying not to say it. But that's what we do. We boil the water so that you can bring water from any strange puddle or whatever, and we know that when we put it on our babies' heads, it's going to be clean. And so that's what this is. This is our holy water. And today, you have an opportunity to participate in our water communion service in 3 different ways. One is you're going to have, in just a moment, I'm going to invite you to come forward with water that you might have brought with you, and to think about its significance. Whether it's from a special place or reminds you of special people, or maybe it's just a transition in your own life that you're wanting to honor. And you're going to pour that up here. And if you didn't bring water, that's okay, because we have pitchers here. And you can come on up and pour a little bit of water into the shared bowl. So that's one way you can participate. Another way is I'm going to be standing over here with some of our holy water, and I'm going to put a little bit on my hand, and I'm going to put my hand on your head, and I'm going to offer you a blessing. And so if that's okay with you, I hope you'll come over and let me bless you and remind you of that blessing that you have always had, but you might need to be reminded of sometimes. And then the third way that you can participate is we have a book in the back of the service under the stairs. And that book is it's a tradition I bring with me from the last congregation I served. We called it our water log. It's a book of where your water comes from or what it represents. And the fun part about that is next year we can look back on it and remember who was here in this room and what was going on in their life. And then down the road, each year we'll just keep adding to it and adding to it. And it'll be this kind of living history of our lives together and our shared experiences. So I hope that you will write in the log either during our service or afterward. And so it's going to get a little chaotic, but here's the plan. Anyway, plan A is that this section will go first, and we'll start in the back, and you folks will come down this sort of middle or aisle and participate in water communion, receive a blessing if you'd like, and come back through like the wall aisle, and we'll just make our way to the front. Then we'll go to this section. I guess you'll start this way and kind of return that way. And the same here, maybe start in the back and come forward. And if you wanted over here, if you want to take advantage of no one being at the water log and go over there out of turn, that's great too. And we have ushers. If you are, if getting up here is difficult for you, flag an usher who will be kind of scanning the room to see who might need help getting their water forward, or I can come to you for a blessing. And so check in with our ushers. Sound good? Sound like a plan? All right. So I'm going to begin with our water from previous years. And I bring water as well. And I invite you now to come forward.